Pisces, what is up, y'all? How are you doing? Guess what time it is? It is my favorite time of the month. It's time for the mid-month messages. So why would that be my favorite time of the month? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because what I'm checking for in the mid-month messages is to see whether or not there has been a change of timelines. Because as you all may know, I love to give advice in my readings. And if you take the advice and you apply it, that could potentially change your timeline. Real quick, before we get started, for those of you who would like a personal reading, all the information on how to go about doing that is in the description of this video. And for those of you who may have missed the memo, my Zoom call readings, the one-on-one Zoom call readings, are now available again on my website. Since we are finally settled and established and my schedule behind the scenes is much more predictable now, they will remain on until further notice. So for all of you who have been in the emails for the past 2 months asking about a Zoom call reading, now you can find those on my website, and that link is in the description of the video. All right, y'all, enough babbling. Let's jump into this. Starting this off with the person that you're dealing with and whatever situation is troubling you the most. Let's see if there has been a change of timelines. Boom. Wow. Check it out, man. Some of y'all dealing with a Leo possibly, but hang on. Oh, somebody got their eye on you. Okay. Somebody got their eye on you. Well, okay. I'm thinking that there's more than likely going to be communication, but for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe you'll have to answer this question for me. But this person is under the impression that you are so much happier now that they're out of the picture. And that makes them feel kind of stupid. Makes them feel kind of dumb, for real. So I don't really know how far this is going. I'm seeing communication. Okay? And I'm thinking that there's at least the curiosity in there as to whether or not a reconciliation attempt is even on the table. But it looks like they're coming to the conclusion that there's not. So it's looking like you're moving on from this. Oh, you're getting closure. That's what it is. I think you're going to be able to get closure. There's absolutely going to be an opportunity for you to close out this karmic cycle with this person. Uh-oh. That don't look too good. We're going to have to see what this person's intentions are. Because I think there has been a drastic shift in timelines here with this situation. Because if I remember correctly, and don't get me wrong, I'm horrible at remembering the readings. I'm horrible at it. When I click off this video, I have about 30 seconds to try to think back on what I just said to come up with a title for the video. Poof, and then it's gone. I totally fucking forget it. But if I remember correctly, I could have swore that for about the last month or so, the person Pisces is dealing with has no faith in reconciliation at all. I could have swore. I may be wrong on that. But it's kind of looking like they're going to test the waters to see how true that is. And for some reason, you're moving on from this. And they pissed off and butthurt. Let's see this person's intentions and feelings, man. Now I'm invested. Because I'll be 100% honest with you. Most of the time when I do these mid-month messages, ain't been no change of timelines. Most of the time. Sometimes. But this one here looks like the most drastic timeline shift I've seen in all of August. What's this person's true feelings and intentions? What do they really want with you? How do they see you? How do they feel about you? All that good shit, man. How's this person feel about you? Well, they do want closure. You dealt with one confusing ass fucking person, didn't you? But they also want to see if reconciliation is on the table. What the fuck? Did you deal with somebody that's like bipolar or some shit? I ain't no psychologist or nothing. I ain't here to diagnose nobody, but god damn it. Ah, there we go. Okay. Their little journey to go off and improve their love life hasn't been all that successful. Oh, okay. All right, now it makes sense. They can't find nobody else. That's what it is. For those, maybe for some of you, they thought they were going to go get with somebody and it fell through. Okay, that makes sense now. So what are their feelings and their intentions? What are their intentions? Feelings is one thing. Intentions is something totally different. You know who this is, right? You know who this is, right? Now, I have 2 very extensive courses in my School of Self-Mastery for diddly dirt cheap on reading the tarot. Very extensive courses. But I'll give you a freebie with this one here. This dude is the most dishonest, deceitful, lying, manipulative, backstabbing little fuckbag in the whole goddamn tarot. This dude right here. So, are you surprised to see this little dipshit pop out right here? I'm not. I ain't, because the 7 of Cups is reversed. All right. Makes sense now. Okay. Well, let's see how this situation's playing out. How's the situation playing out? What's the outcome? The Devil card. So you're kind of hanging back and keeping them at an arm's distance and just very intently studying them and observing them, because as we all know, it's easy to pretend that you've changed, right? It's easy to pretend. I don't know about you, but I'm like this, okay? Let me tell you a little something about me. If you fuck me over, I'm not saying that I'll never trust you again, but I'm gonna watch you for a long time. A long time. Okay? Minimum. And this is me being generous as fuck. Minimum 6 months. Minimum. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that I was ever that generous with. But minimum 6 months. Like if I catch you in a lie, oh, I'm gonna be watching you like a hawk for no less than 6 months. I'm gonna be watching how you behave around other people, whether or not you're honest with your friends, whether or not you're honest with your associates. I'm gonna be watching you like a goddamn hawk. And if I see you tell a lie to your friend, I don't trust you. No, you ain't changed your goddamn underwear. You still got skid marks from 2020, motherfucker. That's just me, though. And I'm feeling like there's probably a few of you who kind of think along the same lines. I mean, I do have Venus in Pisces. I don't know how influential that is in my energy, but I do got a little Pisces influence in there. I don't know, man. I don't think you're letting your guard down with this person. Does that need advice? I don't need no goddamn advice spread. That's common fucking sense. I'm not going to pull an advice spread on that. Y'all already know what you're doing. You already know. You ain't no dum-dum. See, Pisces is one of the most advanced energies in the whole zodiac. The last 4 energies of the zodiac are the masters of that element, right? The Sagittarius is the master of the fire. The Capricorn is the master of the earth. The Aquarius is the master of the air, and the Pisces is the master of the water. So you're a pretty advanced individual. You don't need no goddamn advice. You got this. All right. Let's see what's coming in next. What is due to come in? This deck said no. Hang on. What deck do I want to use? I'm getting tired of these decks, man. I ain't gonna lie. Need to add some new ones to the collection. Modern Spellcasters. Love this one. This is one of my top faves. What's due to come in next? What's due to come in next? Okay, 2 of Wands. So you're kind of at a crossroads here. Hang on. Boom, boom. Okay, so you're going to have a couple of different choices to choose from next. You're definitely going to be tested. Oh, you're absolutely going to be tested. But I'm also kind of feeling like you're going to have the opportunity to connect with somebody that isn't your person, but there is potential. Does that make sense? So let me explain it like this. You only got one divine goddamn life partner. But is that the only person you could build a life partnership with? No, absolutely not. People build life partnerships all the fucking time with somebody that's not the person that aligns with their highest good. It's possible if both of you work towards it. The question is, are you cool with that? There's no right or wrong answer. Some people are. Some people are like, nah, fuck it. If it ain't my person, I don't want it. So you're going to have the potential to connect with somebody that's not quite your person, but there is potential. It's going to require a hell of a lot of work, though, because there's quite a bit of emotional codependency mixed into this connection here that will have to be worked through. Okay, if this codependency energy remains intact throughout the duration of the first 3 to 6 months, then it'll start to spiral downhill within a year. Okay. Or you could just feel the situation out and be like, I don't know if I want to go there. Don't know if I want to go there. In which case, if you turn that down, then the next thing due to come in is your person. Okay, cool. Well, that's a weird message to come through. That kind of throws a monkey wrench in my flow just a little bit. I like to, y'all know, for those of you who watch my readings, you know I like to do them in a certain order, you know. Like I read this spread, then this spread, then this spread, but sometimes a monkey wrench gets thrown in, and leave it to Pisces. Leave it to Pisces to throw a monkey wrench in my flow. Fucking with y'all, man. Fucking with you. All right, what am I going to read next? I guess let's get a general outcome. General outcome. What is the general outcome? Oh, shit. 10 of Swords. Okay. And the Fool card reverse. So you may not connect with the next open door of opportunity. You may not. Yeah. Yeah, you very well may not. It just seems like y'all are having a real hard time, like, first of all, communicating, but mainly connecting at a really genuine, deep emotional level. And sorry, but y'all water signs ain't no stranger to codependency connections. I don't know a goddamn water sign walking the face of this earth that's never been in a codependency connection. So you're pretty familiar with that energy. Okay, long story short, what it means is I'm lonely, I'm broken, I'm empty. I need you to create my happiness for me. In a nutshell, it gets deeper and it gets more complex and convoluted than that, but in a nutshell, that's emotional codependency. I need you to make me happy. I need you to create my happy feelings for me. I need you to fill the void in my heart. It's your job. My emotions are your responsibility. If I don't feel the way I want to feel, it's your fucking fault, and it's your job to fix it, basically. And you can just kind of sense that, and you can feel that. You can kind of tell that even though it may start off at a really strong like attachment in the beginning, before too long, what typically tends to happen with codependency connections? Jealousy, insecurities, right? Controlling, fucking insecure, controlling, jealous shit, right? And usually if it goes on long enough, eventually what ends up happening is you're not meeting my emotional needs anymore, right? That's usually what it ends up turning into if it strings on long enough. Because when you obtain anything new in your life, anything new, it creates an explosion of happy chemicals and pleasure hormones, you know? Like, you ever bought a brand new car and you just felt so fucking ecstatic. You rolled off the lot feeling like the baddest motherfucker on the road. And then like a year and a half later, man, it's just a regular old car. It ain't that special anymore, right? You know? And relationships are no different. And when codependency connections happen, when we connect with that new person, it creates that explosion of emotions in the beginning that if you're in a real low place in life, it can seriously distract you from all of your other problems. And a codependent thinks that that is love, and they think that that feeling is supposed to last forever, and it don't. Just like it doesn't last forever when you roll off the lot in that new car, it ain't gonna last forever when you get into that new relationship. So after a while, the two of you will become comfortable with each other. It's not really creating that explosive feeling that it did in the beginning. Then the next thing you know, you're not meeting my emotional needs. Basically, you're not distracting me from my problems anymore. So I'm gonna go find somebody who will, right? I mean, if that energy stays intact, it's gonna spiral down fucking hill at some point, right? And you can feel that. And you're just like, nah, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. I am good on that. So I don't think you're making that leap into this connection. I think you're going to pass on that. You are going to pass on this opportunity. You are keeping your head above water so that you can get some air and think clearly, which is impressive for a Pisces, I might add. Okay, that's all I can say on that. Let's get some advice. All right, let's get some advice. Advices for Pisces. What's the advice? What is the advice? That's exactly what I was just talking about. See, this is emotional independence, and this is emotional codependency. So the advice, remain emotionally independent. Hang on. Hold-y-do, hang on. Oh, shit. Yeah, you're going to want to set some boundaries. Now, okay, so for those of you who want to walk away from this and move on, that's fine. If it don't feel right, don't fucking do it. But for those of you who do want to dip your toes in the water and see what this is all about, lay some boundaries on the table. All right? Lay some boundaries on the table. So if you can lay the boundaries on the table, you know, and the two of you can both be there for each other as a team and both remain emotionally and energetically independent, then the two of you could potentially build something very happy, healthy, and successful. But if you don't want to go through the process, because basically what you have to do in order to bring somebody like that into your life, you have to match their frequency. The primary law is the law of vibration. The secondary law is the law of attraction. So if you connect with somebody who's vibrating down here at a low, broken, empty, lonely place, you have to dip down and match their vibration in order to attract them into your life. That has to happen that way. So if you don't want to go through the process of dipping down into that low frequency and hoping that they'll follow you back up the mountain, well, you can't drag them up the mountain. You can't do that. If you don't want to take the chance on dipping down that low, then fine, fuck it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If it don't feel right, don't do it. You'll be all right. Your person will show up when you least expect it. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Pisces family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all once again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check down there in the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And for those of you who missed the memo, the Zoom call readings are now back on my website. For those of you over the past 2 months who have been up in the emails, Leah's been coming to me and telling me every day, we got people asking if you'll do a Zoom call. We got people asking if you'll do a Zoom call. So finally, I told her, I was like, look, okay, we're established now. Everything's settled. My schedule and whatnot is predictable now. Go ahead and turn them back on. So they will remain back on until further notice. And you can also find those through the link in the description, all right? All right, I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey.